It was just recently announced that there's a new signing of Brooklyn Raines, a 16-year-old player. Can you talk a little bit about him and I guess the youth movement at 16? My son's 16 and I still worry about him, but is he ready for what's next for him?
Look, Brooklyn Raines is a very, very good young prospect that we were able to sign to the club. Of course, I think there's time for him to develop still. There's ways to go for him to be a standout on MLS. But we are very, very happy to have him on board and very happy to have him in the squad. He's interesting midfield that can, with a high level of potential, to be an MLS player, and we just have to now understand that it's a process. He has to grind down and evolve as a player, and we're gonna do the best job and create the best environment for him to do that. But we are excited to have him on board, and hopefully he can understand what we're trying to do here and keep progressing as a player.
Coach, as a follow-up to that, how do you handle him per se? Is he like any other player? Obviously, he's younger and he's mixing in with some veterans. I guess I don't want to say it takes care of itself, but the culture will allow him to flourish or not, correct?
No, absolutely. It's about creating the environment for those kids to evolve and to progress on their development. Of course, there's part that he's going to have to learn on his own. There's parts that we're going to have to coach him up and make him a better player. But it's part of the process. We cannot hurry that process. Every player goes through that process, and he's a 16-year-old, like you mentioned. He's a young kid and with a lot of potential to get in the future.
And finally, and it'll be my last one, Coach, I promise, others are waiting. How does this connect to the Dynamo Academy? I haven't asked you yet about how you've assessed your academy and the prospects and the structure. I guess there is a connection. Younger players, even from Houston or other places, will hopefully get more opportunities.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's we're glad that we have the second team now, that we can give the young players playing time and make sure that they're having game in, game out every week. And so it's part of it. Yeah, we are assessing the academy players from the academy. We're bringing new kids and young players to the squad also. So it's a process, and it seems like I always say it's a process, but it is a process. But yes, we're very glad that we have the second team right now that can give those players playing time and experience that probably they will not get early on with the first team.
Profe, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Alex.